You know what game I haven't played in a while? Super Metroid. Let's play some Super Metroid. I'm not going to waste your time or mine. We're going to skip Series Station entirely. Go straight down into the planet. I'm Brickroad. This is Let's Play Super Metroid. Right away I see some abnormalities. We appear to be very deep in Maridia. And we appear to be naked, which is interesting. Welcome to the very adaptive randomizer of items and areas in Super Metroid, or the VARIA randomizer. This is a good start. You know what, I think this is the only start, honestly. I don't think this part of Maridia, I don't think there's anything they can give us except for Morph Ball and high jump boots. Well, the gravity suit, I suppose. But they didn't do that, so Morph Ball and high jump it is. We are going to be... Okay, we got a duck jump here to get up and over this lip. Okay, we're good. This is the most robust Super Metroid randomizer on the market. I'm actually going to leave the room and come back in so I can save the game. Something tells me it's going to take us a few tries to get out of this area of Maridia. This not only randomizes items, like we saw in the item randomizer I just did, it also randomizes areas in a... That didn't happen. That's fine. That's just warming up. Just warming up. Just getting the flex going here. For example, it randomizes your starting location. Instead of the ship, it can start you in the... the wet, leaky butthole of Maridia, apparently. It basically takes the world map, breaks it up into like 9 big chunks, and then... Ooh, even those guys do 60 damage. Ow! Then any door that leads into or out of one of those chunks, any door on the edge of a chunk, instead of going to the room it typically would go to, it instead goes to another door somewhere on the edge of another chunk. So when I think there's 2 doors we can reach from this area of Maridia, once we figure out how to not get hit by the monsters on the way out. I think it's going to involve scrolling them off screen. There's another guy over here, I think. Yeah, there he is. We're going to morph through the tunnel here. Not bad. I think I can kill this one. I step down into the water, but I want to make sure I don't... Mr. Spikedy Man has moved into a spot... Oh, I got him anyway. I can get him from the ledge. Good to know. Let's not get killed now. Let's wait for the water to go down under my boots. So there we go. Okay. Let me actually think before I move here. The next big room is going to have an item check in it. If this is going to be an easy and friendly seed, it's going to be the gravity suit. If it's anything else, we have a ways to go just before we can even leave Maridia. I think we want to kill this, because yeah, that fish... Oh, he's got a brother. He's got a friend. I need to kill both of these fish before I do anything else. It helps to really know where the enemies spawn in on screens like this, and you can tell I've done a couple of suitless Maridia runs in various attempts at this randomizer. I've played it a couple dozen times now. I actually love this randomizer because not only does it have the area randomization options, which I think are very nice, but the customization options are... Ooh, super missiles. Are extremely robust, are really, really good, to the point where you can go onto the website, the link of which is down in the doobly-doo down there if you want to check it out for yourself, and you can basically just walk through the whole world of Super Metroid, like even area by area, or even in some cases room by room, and it's like, okay, these are the tricks you can do in this room. Which of these tricks can you do, and how hard do you think they are? Like, how well do you rate your own skill level? And then it can build the randomization based on just the tricks you can do. I want to... So, jump to the left here, but there's balloon guys downstairs there somewhere. I want to make sure I don't land on them. There he is. Okay, so I can jump from that ledge safely. Can I get over that balloon man? We can get over him. What happens if I just hold left? I will land safely on a ledge. Okay. So I think we're halfway through this room. I think this is a safe drop. There's no crabs on the floor here. And I think the fish is on the right-hand side here. So I can safely drop down through this door. Fish is on the left! This fish down here is on the right, I'll bet. Yeah, there he is. Alright, so we've made it to the bottom of Maridia. Oh, goodness. We can't actually get any items here, but one of these two doors I can reach, because we're kind of at the edge of the Meridian map at this point. One of the two doors I can reach is going to go somewhere that's not Maridia. And from there, we can figure out what items we can reach. Yeah, these flashing doors here, these are the ones that's going to go... This is going to go to some other section of the game world. It might take me to Lower Norfair. Wouldn't that be fun? I can also go through this red door here, and there's another door on the other side in a room called the Crab Hole that goes elsewhere. But we'll see where this one goes first. I think this takes me to the top of Red Brinstar, which... Okay, I can dig it. I think we're fine here. I think there's only one check I can get with supers, but there is another door that's immediately available to go through, and a save point. Oh, thank goodness. Before I save, though, let me think. Is it possible for me to soft lock? I don't think so, because I can go back up the elevator and make it back to the crab hole if I need to. Because it's possible that the other door from this area, which is on the other side of this here, you can see they removed the green gate so we can get through this door. It's possible this goes nowhere useful, and if that's the case, I'm going to have to backtrack through the crab hole door. If it wasn't possible for me to get back up into Maridia from wherever I landed, we would be soft locked. You do have to keep those kinds of things in mind. The developers of the randomizer tried very hard to remove all the soft locks, but when you're randomizing a game to this degree, it's just not really in the cards. There's gonna be some edge cases, and I've gotten trapped in a few of those edge cases. So the room up top there, I'm not going into... I need power bombs to do anything in there. I need power bombs to leave this area of Red Brinstar as well. Like, I'm not getting through that door. But there's one item check I can check in here. I actually don't like this room much without some way to kill the hoppy guys, but we're going to end up taking 40 points of damage here. And it's just some missiles. Okay. So the next step is to... Well, the next step is to fill up my health. Because we got to take 40 damage to get back out of here. And I don't want to go wherever we're going with only 59 health. I've learned to play this randomizer very conservatively, because if you don't, you can get trapped in a lot of really bad situations. So I am going to play as conservatively as possible and think about where the possible soft locks are. Let's go ahead and drop the safety save here. If this door here in Red Brinstar doesn't go anywhere useful, we're going to have to backtrack to Maridia and take the crab hole and see where that goes. We want to find a door to either Green Brinstar, which has a lot of easily obtainable early game checks, or to Criteria, which is like the real starting area of the game. And instead, it goes to Norfair. So, that was... What part of Norfair was that? I'm going to have to get this right. I'm going to have to go look one more time. I kind of panicked and left really quickly. Okay, it's the exit. So that's Upper Norfair. That's the door that leads into Lower Norfair. That is not useful to us at all now. But if we find an early Varia suit, we know we can go back there. So yeah, let's hop down the crab hole, see where we end up. There is one other exit from Maridia, but I don't think we can get through it with just what we have. Because you have to go through the sand pit rooms, and I don't think they're traversable without a gravity suit. I don't think that we're getting through them. You have to make very, very careful jumps over these crabs, because these crabs, I think one hit is more than 100 damage with no armor. I could super missile them, I guess. But I really want to conserve the super missiles in case I need them. This room, I want to make sure I don't... Yeah, there we go. There's one other crab down here, but I think it's... Yeah, we drop straight down and we're safe. And hopefully this goes somewhere good. Alright, so this also goes to Red Brinstar. But it goes down to the bottom section of it, which has many doors we can check. And one item we can take. So we'll take the item first. So they didn't just put all of Brinstar in one chunk of the game. They actually broke Brinstar up into a couple different areas. Green and Red Brinstar are two different areas. This area counts as Red Brinstar. This door here, which would lead to the Norfair elevator, instead leads to... That goes to Green Brinstar. That's actually very, very useful. I do like it a lot. So let me mark that on my tracker. My tracker is not going to be useful to you guys at all. It's just a bunch of lines going everywhere instead of really, really low resolution compared to what you can see. So I'm probably just going to use the regular item randomizer tracker that I used a couple of LPs ago. And I don't know if I can come up with a way. If I can come up with a way to show you guys the map connections on screen so you can follow along, I will. But I can't think of a way to do it with the real estate that I have on YouTube. So this takes me up to... Yeah, okay, this takes me up to the top of Maridia. Mark that on the tracker. That's not a very useful door, because we already can get into Maridia. We can't get anywhere through that door that we couldn't get otherwise. I am going to grab this save down here, just in case I get grabbed by a yapping maw in the next room. And then from here we can reach the far side door of Red Brinstar, and that will also go somewhere. Although having a door to just Green Brinstar is exceptionally good. Very, very useful. But we'll see where this other door over here goes, and there's one item we can grab over here as well. And I do not want to get yapped. Don't yap me, bro. And in the Spazer location is some power bombs. Okay. Let's mark those off on the tracker. We do have some more options now. I can go up through the top of Red Brinstar and finish getting those items. And I might do that before I start clearing out Green Brinstar. In fact, I don't even have to go back and use the warp door. We can actually just go up from this direction, which I think I'm going to do. We'll go ahead and I will spend the one super missile to get 20 health here. You'll see they did change some of the areas' map layouts. Not unilaterally. There are options. You can turn them on or off at your discretion. But this shaft has been rearranged a little bit, so it's traversable from both directions, even without the high jump boots. I guess they thought that having extra movement options was better than keeping that as just a expert level thing you can do if you have the high jump boots. This goes to Torian, which is the end game. So once we've killed all 4 bosses, whose locations are also randomized, by the way. Once we've killed them all, we're going to go back to that spot and win the game. Got them all. Oh, I've got high jump. I usually don't have high jump when I come up through this hole. We do have respin, though, so we can very easily regain our spin if we lose it in midair. The sprite that I'm using is from a hack way back in the day, like a 20-year-old Super Metroid hack called the Justin Bailey hack, where, if you recall in the original Metroid, if you completed the game, I think in under an hour, you got to see Samus in her swimsuit, and then if you started the game over, started a new game, you could play through the game with Samus dressed in a leotard. But you couldn't do that in Super Metroid. You could only ever play with her dressed in her suit. So I guess somebody was like, you know what? We need like a leotard Justin Bailey version. It's called that because the code you put in to get the suit is called... It is literally the words Justin Bailey. I'm dead. I'm not dead. I did this room 100% wrong. I could not have done this room wronger. No, okay, it's fine. It's all good. See? We made it. And we got a reserve tank. That's plus 100 health. One of the settings I actually have turned on is called sparse energy tanks. So it's only going to place, I think, between 4 and 6 energy tanks. We might not get more energy tanks than that. We only need 3 to complete the game. But I think the minimum it can give me is 4. Alright, now I've got to farm some power bombs down here. So we got to clear these guys out again, but I can do that by throwing 3 power bombs down, and then using a 4th to clear through the wall. But we don't want to leave this area without 5 power bombs. After this, we're going into Green Brinstar, and there's really no easy way to get more power bombs once we're there. We want to make sure we're at our maximum. But Green Brinstar has lots and lots of checks for us, and we can pretty much full clear it. So this is just nothing. This item just does not exist. And that's another feature of this randomizer, is don't necessarily place 100 items. You can actually configure that in many different ways. All the major items are in there. There are options to turn some major items off, like if you want to do a suitless run, or you want to make sure that you don't get like a plasma beam or something. You can do that if you really want to. I personally wouldn't, if you're asking, but it's only placing a couple energy tanks, and it's not necessarily placing all the ammo. We're gonna get between 7 and 100% of the ammunition placed. Actually, I've got to go down and farm one more power bomb because I gotta go back through here. I guess I don't have to. I could take the path around. Excuse me. Oh no, because that door doesn't go. That door goes to Norfair. Never mind. I do have to go back down, or I got to go back up through the crab hole. I don't want to go back up through the crab hole. Nobody wants to go through the crab hole. Are you kidding me? Crab hole is no fun. Let's go ahead and drop the safety save once again, and then we'll go back down through Red Brinstar. Take the door that goes to Green Brinstar. And start picking up a whole bunch of items. Shoutouts to Cartal for sponsoring this video. If you liked the video and you want to see more, please tickle my thumb, leave a friendly comment, and ring my little bell.